this is
It's
not
always,
a foregone conclusion.
when that happens, it's always like 100-0 with like 7 votes. So,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, the
Stop
other
the
thing is
steal.
like true. The other thing is name recognition makes a huge difference. More
Yeah.
people know about Zuppy than they know
I
about
feel
Khalid.
like-
And look at this.
Yeah, and Khalid, didn't he just have a great tournament where he got top 8? Like, was it Gommel or one of those?
That sounds right, but I'm not
Dude,
confident enough to say.
Yeah, there's 900 majors and so many good players.
Yeah.
I literally don't trip, but I know that Khalid had a really good tournament this year.
And just came off of a nail biter of a set, game 5, and then takes stock 1 versus Zuppy.
Right. How do you feel about that? Like, okay, so you just had a nail biter of a set.
Yeah.
Do you go right back in? Do you take a moment? How do you deal with that?
I
I've never played Melee, so you tell me.
I think you never. And Khalid finds a rest here too. I think I need a second, but it didn't really matter for these players. They were forced to take a second while we were waiting to set up stream.
Oh, yeah, right.
But I like taking a second, taking a breather.
I think you should.
You expend too much energy, and I think you need to chill out for a second, get back to like almost like getting back to neutral in Melee. But you got to get back to neutral in
real
yourself.
life, yeah.
And then you can kind of take the next set. But Zuppy fighting back real hard.
Oh yeah, Zuppy, one of the box foxes.
The box
You
foxes.
might have heard of these things.
Probably one of the most
They're
recognizable,
everywhere. Yeah.
the most notable box foxes.
Yeah, it's got to be Hacks, Zuppy, and
Hacks,
Pipsqueak.
Zuppy. Yeah, Pipsqueak. I would say that's the triumvirate,
Yeah.
the trio.
They are pushing Melee.
They're the ones starting all the conversations. When you see people complaining about box fox on Twitter, it's probably about one of those 3.
Do any of them like kind of like be like, yeah, maybe this is a little crazy?
Honestly, I feel like the closest is, wait, no. I think Hacks has talked about it. I mean, Hacks obviously nerfed the box a little bit. And then, who was the person that you just mentioned?
Pipsqueak?
Yeah, Pipsqueak. Pipsqueak has talked about it, saying, I think Pipsqueak at one point said that Box Falcon is 25% better than regular Falcon, which was crazy to say. But
no, it's crazy.
But
I've seen Peaches on those things. They're nice.
Yeah, Ferocity from Chicagoland Melee. Ferocity is a box Peach who has like custom angles. It's crazy.
No, yeah.
Yeah, hits that. You know that invincible ledge dash thing that Peach can do?
Yeah.
Yeah, Ferocity be hitting that all the time.
Insane.
As we were talking about boxes, Zuppy has taken the lead here and tacking on the damage with lasers, and we're now at a place where, yeah, the up smash is going to kill it, and that'll do it. So
that was a very Fox like last stock because it's like you get the damage to 70, and then you just start dash dancing and you look for that opportunity.
Yeah.
So I watched a set earlier that was Lowercase Hero and Michael. And I was talking to Brandon, and I was like, all right, so a lot of people do that. They laser, and they, like, get a little hit here till 70.
Yeah.
And then they look for that grab or that up smash. And, like,
oh my gosh,
I feel like
Zuppy.
a really good Puff, like, you know, is so used to that situation. And, like, that opening is so hard to find sometimes. Especially, like, I don't know.
It can be. I mean, I do think I think Fox wins the matchup.
Oh, yeah.
It's
for,
just,
for sure.
It's just better for you, but it can be really taxing to try to find that one opening. That being said, Zuppy is definitely finding it. When I think of Zuppy, I do kind of think of...
Look at this. Khalid is very grounded right now.
Yeah.
Which is not I don't know. I mean,
not what you stereotypically think of as Puff.
Right, exactly. Very grounded.
I wonder what Khalid's game plan is when
what you
the
are
percent
shielding, my
differential
friend.
is.
This guy has a rectangle.
Yeah. Zuppy's shield pressure earlier, he was drill shining the shield, and
it's
there
like
was no room
It's like
for
a
movement.
song, you know what I mean? Literally, like, you think Elton John, like, messes up his songs?
No.
Zuppy's not going to mess up like a drill and a couple shines on your shield.
And, oh my gosh, finds that little short hop up air on Khalid's. I think that was just an air dodge.
Yeah.
Khalid looking a little frustrated, I think. This is a very different matchup than the last one that he played. Coming off 3-2 versus Slowking, Puff Falco is, I mean, for them being both spacies, I feel like it's actually such a different match. It's so different.
Yeah.
The lasers make it completely different.
Now, this might be a 4-stock.
Yeah, that is not what you want going into game 2 after losing game 1.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like Khalid kind of gets a little emotional about some certain, like, you know what I mean? Like,
oh my
God. That was a give up, right?
Yeah, that was a give up.
That was a give up.
That was a give up. He was looking off screen before Puff even died. He's
just like, all right.
Completely gave up.
Part of you respects it. Like, yeah, all right, I'm not even going to waste the mental, like,
energy
time.
that it's going to take.
Yeah, to claw this back. And, like, it's super hard.
Yeah, and at least in the player cam, I don't know Khalid personally, but at least in the player cam, he's been one of the more expressive players.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if that translates over to the emotional state as well. finds a grab, though. Going back to FOD, there are no bans, so I guess Dreamland, I actually think he's right to not go to Dreamland.
Yeah, well, I mean, from what I've seen so far, Khalid is very grounded, so, like, what is all that extra space doing for you?
And Zuppy is too good at the run and gun game.
Oh, yeah, no.
Way too good at it. I don't think you want to take Zuppy to Dreamland. Gets a drill grab. Khalid
Puff tried to do a drill grab.
of his own.
Okay.
That was a lot of back airs in a row.
Hey, that's a tale as old as time.
Tale as old as time. All right. After playing so grounded for a while, he's taking his time in the air here, trying to find like a nair, something clipping Zuppy coming in, but Zuppy is just playing so patiently, just outside of range.
It is night and day now, the approach. Because, I mean, I think at this point, you're down 2-0.
Something's got to change.
My game is not changed. And, like, look.
He found it. He found it.
Exactly.
But he had that lead in game 1, and Zuppy melted that lead real quick. So let's see. I mean, it was a stock trade. You were at too high percent to hold on to that.
I feel like as Pop, you do got to do this to at least get yourself back into it.
Yeah. Zuppy is just not one of those foxes who's going to dive in, and Khalid gets caught going in for a grab.
know it's bad if you can laser, like, at a short distance. That Puff was right in front of you, and you just did a quick dash out, dash in, up smash.
This is going to be one of the fastest Puff sets I've ever seen. this is, it's only been a minute and a half.
I'm sure there have been faster, but man, he is.
Zuppy's pressure is just unrelenting.
Maybe a little unnatural.
Some might say.
Yeah, some might say.
It's almost enhanced in a way.
Oh, man.
Up smash going to take it. A 2 stock to close it out. A very quick 3-0.